Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Envy is like a shadow that forms when one person feels unhappy about not having what another has. This feeling brings happiness neither to the one who feels envy nor to the one who is the object of it. The Stoic philosophers teach us not to let envy dominate our emotions. Instead of fixing our gaze on what belongs to others, we should focus our energy on personal improvement, discovering the joy in our own inner growth and development. It's like focusing on our own inner light, which shines with every step we take towards our own progress, without the need to compare ourselves with others. Identifying envy in someone can be a challenging task, but once you recognize a pattern, it's easier to know if that person is envious. And how can you tell? Well, if you notice that a person exhibits 3 or more of the indicators I'm going to describe below, you're probably dealing with someone who is envious. Before I tell you the indicators, make sure you're already subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any life-changing content. Number 1. False feelings. The Stoics' advice emphasizes the importance of being judicious in our interpersonal relationships, carefully considering the influences they allow into our lives. In the sphere of socialization, the attitude of someone who adopts excessive and insincere compliments deserves special attention. The envious person in particular is known for their behavior marked by exaggerated and cynical compliments, a tactic often used to manipulate and get close to their victims. Their aim may be to gain the trust of others, to exploit the status or lifestyle of others, or to gain personal advantages. The gift of dissimulation is one of their notorious skills, as they manage to hide their true emotions and express appreciation and enthusiasm in the presence of others. However, you can start to get suspicious when the envious person's expressions seem inauthentic and their words don't line up with their body language. There is a sense of disharmony when you interact with this person, as if something is out of sync. Therefore, keeping a close and sensitive eye on these behaviors becomes crucial, since they can be indicative of dark motivations and hidden interests that operate behind friendly facades. In a world where human relationships play a significant role in our journey, the ability to discern between sincerity and manipulation assumes an essential role in preserving our emotional integrity and protecting our goals and well-being. Therefore, Stoic wisdom, which invites us to cultivate meaningful and authentic relationships, also warns us of the dangers of false sympathy and empty flattery that can undermine our authenticity and divert us from the path of personal growth. Number 2, they compete with you. Stoic principles highlight true competition as a journey to surpass ourselves, emphasizing self-development. In contrast, the envious person craves the limelight incessantly, and when they see that you share a success, they often try to disrupt it in various ways. They strive to demonstrate superiority in various areas of life, regardless of their relevance to you. The significance you attach to these aspects is irrelevant to the envious person, who turns every interaction into a field of competition where they incessantly seek to prove their superiority, even when you are unaware of the dispute. The complexity of envy reflects a deep craving for validation and recognition on the part of the envious, making every scenario an opportunity for competition. However, as followers of the Stoic teachings, our real quest lies in surpassing ourselves, focusing on self-development and personal growth. This allows us to maintain our authenticity and face the complexities of human interactions with empathy, including those involving people affected by envy. Number 3, they are not friends in difficult times. The teachings of the Stoics echo the importance of choosing our company carefully, especially in life's most challenging moments. It is remarkable how during adversity, envious or false friendships often reveal their true nature, disappearing when we need support the most. These people often have a remarkable ability to act as if they were the best friends anyone could have in times of success and prosperity. However, behind the scenes, their attitude often becomes slanderous when you're not there to defend yourself. When life presents insurmountable obstacles and you truly need help and solidarity, these so-called friendships evaporate like smoke, as if they had never existed. The reappearance of these false or jealous friendships usually happens after stability has been regained, and the problems that led to their absence have been resolved. At this point, they try to justify their lack of support in creative ways. often resorting to excuses to cover up their inaction during difficult times. They are true masters of manipulation, skilled at finding excuses not to be there when your presence is crucial. They seem to wait anxiously for you to stumble again, in order to revel in your discomfort. It is therefore advisable to exercise caution when dealing with such people, and where possible, keep a healthy distance. Focusing on your goals and continuing your journey of self-development is fundamental, because in the end, these relationships will not withstand your success and will tend to fade away permanently when they realize that you are achieving the goals you so desperately want. Therefore, this Stoic wisdom serves as an essential guide to protecting our dreams and goals from negative influences, preserving our emotional well-being, and keeping us on the path to personal growth. Number 4. They always try to demotivate you. Stoic principles continue to provide us with valuable insights into the nature of motivation and the impact of external influences on our lives. They remind us that the true source of motivation lies within, and that our pursuit of dreams and goals should not be subject to the judgment or disapproval of others. Thus, the importance of caution emerges when choosing the people with whom we share our future plans and aspirations. Often, when communicating our projects and ambitions, we come across envious or jealous individuals who seem intent on undermining our motivation by directing their attention to the negative or gloomy aspects of situations. These people have a habit of discouraging us, acting as detractors whenever we express a desire to achieve something significant. An example of this toxic behavior is when we are looking for a new job, and these individuals, instead of offering support, point out that Company X only hires highly qualified candidates, implying that we are not up to the job. In the case of aiming for success in a public examination, they argue that it is extremely challenging and that our chances of success are minimal. In short, they seem to find words that consistently make us feel stagnant and demotivated about our plans, dreams, and goals. The intention seems to be to undermine our confidence and self-esteem, creating a negative cloud over our aspirations. Therefore, it is undeniable to adopt measures to protect our dreams and goals from the damaging effects of these people's toxic and demotivating words. This practice not only preserves our motivation, but also allows us to continue pursuing our ambitions with determination and self-confidence, staying focused on our journey of self-development and personal fulfillment, regardless of the negative influences that may arise. Number 5. They constantly criticize and point out your mistakes. The wise Stoic teachings provide us with a valuable perspective on how to deal with criticism and human mistakes. They remind us that we are all imperfect and prone to making mistakes, and instead of allowing criticism to hurt us, we can see it as an opportunity to learn and mature. In this context, it is essential to develop the ability to discern between someone who points out our mistakes with the constructive purpose of helping us improve and grow, and someone who does so only to criticize us in a destructive way. For example, a dedicated teacher who strives to teach and correct is fulfilling their role by pointing out our mistakes with the genuine intention of contributing to our progress and development in a certain area. However, the envious person behaves differently, as they point out our faults without possessing any relevant knowledge or authority, and this is done with the clear intention of demeaning us and bearing witness to our discouragement. It seems to find satisfaction in our mistakes, regardless of how insignificant they may be, and if, for some reason, we don't find any new mistakes on our path, it will resurrect negative events from our past just to remind us of our past failures. It's as if it kept a meticulous catalogue of our past mistakes, always waiting to be dug up and used as a weapon against us. This dynamic reveals the complexity of envy, which is rooted in feelings of inferiority and the need to devalue those who arouse this feeling. Therefore, by adopting the Stoic approach, we can transform destructive criticism into opportunities for growth and at the same time understand the origin and nature of envy, while remaining steadfast in our quest for authenticity and personal development. And be very selective with the constructive criticism you hear, otherwise you could have problems such as anxiety and doubts about your ability. The Stoics shielded this mentality of dealing with anxiety very well because they knew how dangerous it was in everyday life. To this end, we've left a link in the first comment to help you deal with it as the Stoics did. Take a look. Number 6. Copy everything you do. The principles adopted by the Stoics offer valuable insights into the need to cultivate humility and avoid the unbridled desire to imitate others. Envy, as they warn us, often leads one to an incessant attempt to copy and reproduce the actions of those who arouse this feeling. This manifests itself in a number of ways, from trying to emulate someone else's behavior to choosing similar clothes and constantly seeking attention from those in their circle of relationships. The envious person often wants to possess what is theirs and nurtures an insatiable desire for aspects of their life that don't belong to them, whether in relation to material goods, friends, family, or personal achievements. This incessant search to compare yourself to someone else, adopting their lifestyle and personality, reflects the yearning for a transformation in your own life through imitation. It is essential to understand that this imitation is not necessarily an indication of envy, since mutual influence and inspiration are natural elements of human relationships. However, when imitation becomes a persistent habit, a noticeable and excessively repetitive pattern, this signals that the person may, in fact, be wrapped up in feelings of envy towards you. It's crucial to recognize that envy is a complex and variable emotion, and it doesn't always manifest itself in an obvious way. It can be subtle and masked, and its roots can lie in a variety of reasons. Understanding the signs and symptoms of envy allows us to approach this dynamic with sensitivity and understanding. As we examine this issue more deeply, we realize that envy is not limited to a mere quest for equality with those we envy. It also manifests itself as a self-defense mechanism, where the person feels they need to elevate themselves or stand out in some way in order to suppress their own feelings of inferiority. Therefore, the process of recognizing and understanding envy, as well as developing humility and empathy, plays an essential role in our journey towards emotional growth and maintaining healthy relationships. Number 7. Inability to accept the success of others. The Stoics teach us to practice gratitude for the success of others and to avoid feelings of envy. Celebrating the achievements of others helps us to maintain a positive and constructive outlook on life. As mentioned earlier, envious and narcissistic people have a desire to undermine your self-esteem. They can't stand to see you happy and satisfied, especially when you reach an important milestone in your life and are proud of your achievements. At that moment, they feel uncomfortable. Worse still, when you achieve something truly significant and experience fulfillment, two reactions are possible. In general, the envious person tends to move away from you because your success disturbs them deeply, and they prefer to keep their distance. They can use various justifications to distance themselves, such as spreading lies about you, claiming that you have changed, or making up any excuse. On the other hand, it's also possible that she stays in your life, looking for opportunities to benefit herself, hoping that you'll make a mistake so that she can find satisfaction in it. In any case, gratitude and celebrating the achievements of others, as advocated by the Stoics, can help keep your own journey moving in the right direction, regardless of the attitudes of those who may feel envious. Number 8. Make up rumors about yourself. Instead of reacting with anger or sorrow, the wise Stoic teachings offer us valuable guidance, the practice of indifference in the face of gossip and slander. The envious person is often gifted with intriguing skills when it comes to speaking ill of others on the sly, standing out as a master of manipulation. They often adopt a false front, skillfully disguising their real intentions, which makes detecting their antics a challenge. When you withdraw from their environment, this envious person often sees a golden opportunity to denigrate your image by pointing out and amplifying your mistakes and weaknesses to others. Their mastery of distorting reality in their favor knows no bounds, and they are willing to do anything to negatively influence other people's opinions of you. As a precautionary measure, if you spot someone in your life who has a habit of criticizing and slandering other people behind their backs, but who puts on a friendly and sympathetic facade in their presence, it is advisable to think about this relationship. There's a good chance that this person won't hesitate to do the same to you when you're not around. This duality of behavior, characteristic of the envious person, is an indication of their capacity for manipulation and hypocritical action. The practice of indifference, as recommended by the Stoics, offers a protective shield against the potential damage caused by individuals with dark intentions, allowing you to stand firm on your path of authenticity and personal growth without being shaken by the intricate networks of intrigue that some people can build. We all have our imperfections. Identifying the signs of envy isn't always an easy task, but if you observe 3 or 4 of the signs I've mentioned, it's very likely that you're dealing with someone who is envious. Stoicism provides powerful tools for dealing with envy and other negative emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively, we learn to cultivate self-discipline, compassion, and indifference towards what is beyond our control. As we apply these Stoic principles in our lives, we find greater tranquility and serenity, even when faced with adversity and envious people. Be careful though, these people can still invade your mind and pollute your soul. In order not to let them do this, Stoics have 6 Stoic powerful lessons to become emotionless and deal with whatever comes your way. Click on the video on the screen and watch it now.